Hi there, welcome to you. Thank you for joining the live chat session. Three main topics. I am a little late today because I got a news from Tigray. I was in the process of confirming the news. That is why I took some time, around 30 minutes, and then I decided to start the live chat because that news was unverified, but now it is verified. We can talk about it. Let me welcome the participants. We have Dark Star here, first one, always first to comment. And his comments are questions. He says, does TPLF have the same high support in Tigray it had before the war? Well, opposition parties are very weak in Tigray. People know that if they support opposition, they will reach nowhere. So, whether they want it or not, they're not left with many options. So TPLF is the only option. TDF, as I told you in the video today, that TDF channels participating in TPLF's internal meetings. TPLF PDF on one page, what will people do? Dark Star. Next question, let's leave it. John Spencer says, hello, Sajid. John Spencer says, it seems the Mati plan is about to commence, Italy is sending a delegation so as to solidify. I'll do a video on that after a few hours. Salahuddin Muhammad says, how's it going? How are you, Salahuddin? Basha says, hi. Nahom Architects join too, says, good evening. Peace and love, says, hello, Sajid. I missed a lot of live chats because of workload. Yeah, peace and love. We missed you too. Tomorrow, I don't think I'll be able to do a live chat. If I'm able, I'll try to be online. It's difficult though. Yes, I did not see you in some recent live chats. Average Dom, can somebody tell Somalia's president that warning or threatening Ethiopia is nowhere to fly? Well, what did he say, the Somalia's president? Does it make sense? We'll talk about that. Michael Kidane says, hi. Mo Moss says, I think Hassan realized the inevitable. Darni says, hello. Gubina Amini says, hi, Sajid, warm greetings. Gubina, warm greetings to you too. How the day? Someone is asking in Amharic. Glory to God, says, hi, Sajid, welcome. How's your glory to God? Eratia Pearl of Red Sea here. Darni says, peace and love. Ask for 50-cent raise. Peace and love is really my love. In terms, I respect those viewers who have been with me through thick and thin. These viewers supporting me, they trust my reporting. They know I make mistakes, it happens, I make corrections, but I am not supporting anyone. So, peace and love is one of those viewers. These viewers are my lifeline, they keep me going. Now it's three news stories. Firstly, big news from Tigray. Who has resigned in Tigray? This resignation is an indication of the trouble, the mess which Tigray is in. Priority a Pearl of Red Sea. I know about the arrival of this Italian delegation in Asmara. I'll do a video on that, a separate video, because it's a very important development. We'll talk about the resignation. Secondly, Hassan Sheikh delivered a speech today in Mogadishu, where East Africa Community country leaders attended East Africa Community Summit. Somalia has become part of EAC. There, he spoke in unequivocal terms about Ethiopia, Somaliland. I mean, what did he say? Why is he so dead sure that Ethiopia cannot build a military base, naval base in Somaliland? Why? Is it because there are people backing him? Is it because he knows Ethiopia just all words, all talk, no action? Or is it because he believes he has the power to stop Ethiopia? Lastly, Kenya wears tomorrow, big day, Tuesday, will see major protests in Kenya. US silent, no statement about the situation in Kenya, but Kenyan president sent a delegation, sent a contingent of its country's forces to Haiti today, which will fuel the protests because people are seeing Ruto as Western, as pro-West, as IMF, World Bank representative. This dispatching of Kenyan troops to protect US interests, other interests, will fuel the protests, tomorrow's protests, it seems. Why do Oromos fight Abiy when Oromo is actually in power? Is it because they want more, or is it's really a justice issue? Well, if Oromos want to remove Abiy, they want some other Oromo to replace Abiy. They think that Abiy does not represent the true Oromos, and he wants to just prolong his personal rule. He's not working to protect Oromo interests. Let's start, viewers. Big news from Tigray first. Tigray, if you remember, I did a video when last year head of Supreme Court in Tigray was appointed. I remember the video. I remember. And I told you that the man was close to TPLF people. Sigaye Berhane, who was appointed, the head of judiciary appointee, was close to the TPLF. Gabre Amlak Yabio was appointed as the deputy chairman of Supreme Court in Tigray. Both have resigned. It has been confirmed. They have submitted their resignation. What is the reason? Health issues, personal issues, or pressure? Pressure from government, pressure from TPLF, pressure from military. Pressure. In their resignations, they use the word troubling atmosphere. That troubling atmosphere is obstructing their discharge of duties. They cannot work in this troubling atmosphere, almost quote unquote. That is why they have decided to resign. Judiciary has never been independent in Ethiopia. On federal level, you know that judiciary's orders are flouted, violated by executive. Executive means law enforcement forces. They're very strong in Ethiopia because they are the tools used by the government. Judiciary's orders are uh, thrown in dustbin by executive. OLF leaders granted bails, uh, declared innocent in cases, but they are still in prison. And the government can make any decision. It can impose state of emergency. It can keep people in prisons for years, for months. Judiciary cannot do anything. Judiciary so far has not cancelled any main decisions made by the government. Judiciary under the thumb of the government in Ethiopia. In Tigray, almost the same situation. But if the president, chairman, and deputy are resigning, it means the situation is worse in Tigray. Just yesterday, I reported, this morning, I reported that Tigray put a 6-month ban on filing of cases for demanding salary arrears. Private workers, government workers, they cannot demand their salary arrears. Uh, the salaries which were not paid to them. Why? Because government says that the issue is being solved. That is why no one is allowed to file cases. File cases with the government, with the courts. So government took an action, uh, and courts could not do anything. Someone could have gone to a court and challenged government's directive. No one did because everyone knows that nothing will happen. Judiciary is so weak that it is admitting that the atmosphere is troubling. It's not conducive to free work in Tigray. We know that in Tigray, in broad daylight, opposition party workers were beaten. In Makale, journalists were beaten. Nothing happened. Judiciary did not do anything. When civil rights workers, human rights workers, political workers are targeted, arrested, detained, tortured, who do they look to for some relief? They look to judiciary. But judiciary is so weak that it is almost unable to perform its daily duties. That is why Sigai Berhane, Gebr Amlak, Yabyo have submitted resignations to Tigray interim president Gita Choreda. It seems that TPLF, TDF leaders are ruling, and Tigray fighters who fought, we saw them protest in Makale, more than one protest, veteran protested, government workers protesting, IDPs protesting too, opposition parties protesting too. Who is not protesting? Top tier of TPLF, top tier of TDF. Not protesting. Why? Because they're part of the ruling elite. If judiciary is not independent, it means people will have no door to knock on to get some relief. It means government will turn into an autocratic government. There'll be no check and balance on the government. This is what is happening in Tigray. Ahmed Jama is back in Minneapolis. Nice to join you guys again. He says, thank you, Ahmed. Secondly, viewers, second news story from Somalia. Hassan Sheikh today, in no uncertain terms, told Ethiopia that don't underestimate Somalia. Today, East Africa Community Conference kicked off in Mogadishu. Somalia is the new member of this regional economic bloc, East Africa Community. Somalia, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, South Sudan, others are part of this. I think Tanzania as well, part of East Africa Community. Somalia is the newest member, I think. The president of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh, spoke there, addressed the summit. And he said that Ethiopia cannot build a military base, naval base in Somalia. He meant Somaliland. No matter what happens, at no cost, Ethiopia uh, can build. Ethiopia cannot build any naval base in Somalia. Somalia will stop Ethiopia no matter what the cost is. Firstly, he said, yes, Ethiopia can gain access to sea. Somalia is not opposed to it, but it can gain access to sea like it has access to sea through Djibouti, like Uganda has access to sea, landlocked, to Kenya, like Burundi, Rwanda have access to sea through Tanzania. They don't have lease agreements signed. They use ports, they pay port fees, like Ethiopia is paying port fees to Djibouti. So, please excuse me a minute. My father calling me. Maybe he's not feeling well. I'll be right back. I'm back, viewers. Thank God. My father is fine. Just want to talk to me. So, thank you. My father was calling me for Abdi. I thought maybe he's in trouble, but he was fine. He just wanted to talk to me for a minute. So, Hassan Sheikh, why is it dead sure? He's saying that yes, Ethiopia can use Somalia's seas, Somalia's ports too, but not under any lease agreement. Ethiopia can use Somalia's port like it's using Djibouti's ports. But he was very convinced that no matter what happens, Somalia won't allow Ethiopia to gain access to sea to establish a naval base in Somalia. Question is, why is he so dead sure? Yeah, everything is fine. Thank you, Gubina. Thank you, Farah. Gachu says, Saji, what do you think about Gatnat Tirone, who mentioned you in his video as lie fabricator? I don't know these people, by the way. Several YouTubers, journalists are talking about me. I don't know who they are, by the way. I don't follow local media. I don't know many local journalists, local news outlets, because I don't know what they're saying. I don't have any translators to translate their videos. Let them say what they are saying. People know who is telling the truth, who is telling lies. Kenobi joined after some time. How are you, Kenobi? Everything is fine. Yes, Kenobi. Tizabi joined too as well. Tizabi joined as well. Tizabi says the UAE has become a menace to world peace. It is time for the world to turn the UAE into a republic. Who will do that? Shafo joined too. Shafo says the backing of Turkey is assuring him. Yeah, that could be one of the reasons. He just returned from Turkey, went to Norway, then Turkey, now back home. Maybe he was hoping that other East African countries would take a similar position in support of Somalia. Elijah says, Sajid, I was concerned by your concern for your father. Yeah, my father is over 80. So when you are over 80, definitely you need constant care. That's my job, that's my duty. Alim says the fake journalists are mad that you are telling the truth. Darni says, yes, because Sajid owes him money. Tariq says, who resigned in Tigray? The Supreme Court chairman and deputy chairman both have resigned, saying there are troubling conditions and atmosphere. It cannot work in these conditions. Now, Hassan Sheikh's statement, viewers, is an indication that the man has backing assurance from some players that Ethiopia just all words, no action, and in times of trouble, Somalia won't be alone. That is why he is so dead sure. But on the other side, it seems that Ethiopia, Somaliland, about to sign the agreement. It seems that coming weeks are very crucial. That's why I say June, July, very crucial for peace and stability in the Horn of Africa. Lastly, viewers, Kenya, tomorrow, big protests resuming in Kenya. Uh, Ruto government tolerating protests. A few arrested, only a few activists, but they have been released too. So far, no direct talks between Ruto and protesters. Protesters are calling Ruto representative of IMF and World Bank. Interestingly, US is silent. Why US is so quick to issue statements about Ethiopia? Whenever something happens in Ethiopia, US is the first country to comment. Here, entire country in the grip of protests. US silent about Kenyan internal situation. Maybe US is gauging the temperature, gauging the relative strength of parties, then it will issue statement. Secondly, Ruto, despite these ongoing protests, sent a contingent of forces to Haiti to restore peace there. It is at US request that Kenya is sending troops to Haiti. The closeness between Ruto and the US, Ruto and global financial institutions is not being well received in Kenya. People angry. People are calling him representative of IMF and World Bank. So tomorrow could be a big day. We could see huge protests. And the government is warning protesters. It's saying that the protests must be peaceful. No one should damage any public or private property. If anything happens, then law will take its course. So it's a veiled threat from the government, though what government is saying, it's not anything illegal. Yes, government uh, wants people to respect country's laws. And secondly, police says if anyone is forced to be part of protests, police will take action. If any activity, public activity is disrupted, police will take action. Whenever protests happen, public activities are disrupted. Vehicle movement is blocked. What will police do? Will it take action? Tomorrow is crucial. Is Kenyan government running out of patience? We'll see tomorrow. We'll see on Tuesday. Becky John, how are you? I'm fine. A says hello. How are you, A? Gubina says Ethiopians do look after their fathers too. Yeah, good to hear that. Somalis say, Farah says, we respect our fathers in Somalia. Yeah, that's what happens in our cultures in Asia, in Africa, too. Things a little different in Europe, maybe. Yunus says Kenyan protests, but they never go to war. Their entire history is peaceful. Sajid focus on savages in the Horn. I am focusing on the Horn, but what is happening in Kenya in terms of protests could have far-reaching consequences. I mean, Ruto was being presented as if he is the representative of African continent, East African zone, but now he's in trouble at home. So it will have regional consequences too. It will have, if Ruto becomes weak, US will have to find another horse in this region. Thank you, Becky. How do I get in touch with you? Rashid says, Rashid, I have a Gmail, SAJID672000 gmail.com. The Gmail is given in description section of videos, description section of live chats. SAJID672000. I'm always available there. Bilanio says, Bilanio Demake, good evening. Last question then in the live chat. You cover all incidents in Ethiopia and thanks for balanced updates. Do you think we end up collapsed? Well, in 2021, it seems that Abiy is going to go. ADF is going to reach Addis Ababa. 10-party alliance had been formed in the US to replace Abiy. Then drones came, TDF retreated. This country went through a lot in the last 3 to 4 years. It managed to survive as a country. So I don't see it splitting. I don't see it breaking up. But will things get better? That is the question. Things are not getting better in terms of real change in Ethiopia, in terms of prosperity, in terms of peace, in terms of political freedom, in terms of human rights, in terms of democracy. But to say it's about to collapse, that's not true. I am Jigjiga says, my vision news, you are invited in Hargeisa for Somaliland recognition party, free ticket from me. Let's see if it happens or not. Ange Song photo says, you're neglecting my view. You don't want us to speak the truth about what is happening in the closed era. Everyone is reading your comments. What did you write, by the way? Alim says the website is nice and clean with no banners. Hope it's not costing you too much. LM, the main cost is my time. I can afford uh, making a new website. Uh, I learned how to establish, how to start a new website. I did a 6 month long course 2 years ago, but I never put my knowledge into practice. So this is the first site which I have made on my own. Problem is time. How to manage time? I have to do 3 to 4 videos here on the channel, then write articles for My Views and News, write articles for newsedits.com. So far, I'm keeping it free of any ads, any banners, so that it's user friendly. Those who want to read articles, nothing is irritating for them. Interface, I think, is user friendly. But input from viewers is declining. Why? Because so far website is not ranked. It takes months for websites to be ranked. You need to write articles continuously. I have written 130 articles so far on this website. 30 maybe from viewers, 100 from My Views and News. We're still in the process of building the site, but I need your support in terms of content. I don't need your financial support. Just content. You can write articles, you can express your views, send to my Gmail, which we can publish on newsedits.com. With 35 minutes have passed, I think we should end the live chat session. Agunafi joined late today. In the next 2 days, I'll try to stay in touch with you. If any important developments are missed, do get in touch with me. I'll be very busy, but wherever I am, no matter where I am, I try to stay in touch with you. Hopefully, things will get better after 2 to 3 days. Thank you for joining the live chat session. Let's monitor the situation between Ethiopia and Somalia, Ethiopia, Somaliland, MOU, and Tigray. Two, where rapid developments are happening, judiciary chiefs resigning, restoration of territories, protests by IDPs, and then Amhara as well, where foreign groups still a force to be reckoned with. Hopefully, will ensure the neutral and unbiased coverage of the Horn of Africa through collaboration. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you, Becky.